Hello again, everyone. I'm Tasha.
I'm Mike.
We are Billion Beri, and we are watching One Piece episode 1127. I am excited for this. I think it's finally what I thought it was going to be last week. The fight between Kizaru and Luffy.
Yes.
I'm excited. I think we should get to watching it.
I think so too.
Luffy vs Kizaru. Hengen Jizai no Daigeki-sen.
Can I just borrow him for a second? Oh!
He's just so chill for being King Kong. Psycho. Oh, he's sweating.
Whoa!
He's on the ultimate bungee ride.
Yeah.
I mean, he's light, Luffy. He'll be back in a half a second.
Go easy on me.
Oh, his fist went hockey. Or it blackened. Look at him go!
Kaku unimpressed.
Seriously. Yo!
Brooke. Yes.
Oh, it's been a while. Well, as expected, Bonnie's okay.
Yeah, that'd be a problem.
No. Are you sure you're smart? Oh, you're in trouble.
As one of the eyes goes all covered.
I'll go get Bonnie. Yes, put yourself in danger. Makes sense. Oh.
First super? Nope.
No super! Nope. Who's this? Bonney. Because they just make them toddlers. Shh.
Every pipe in the world of One Piece is exactly the same.
That's right. Varying lengths, but otherwise the same.
Yeah. She can fight a little bit like Chopper.
She's like Chopper and Sugar together.
You make me feel so young.
Did she fall on him?
Right, gonna land right on him.
Oh, he caught her. Interesting. He saved Bonney and told her to run.
Yep. We're halfway through the episode and no fight yet.
I know! What's happening here?
This is where he's gonna come back, though. They always save the good stuff for the second half. Oh,
Ooh.
speaking of good stuff. Now, is Zoro fast enough to track him?
Yes.
After fighting King, he should be able to. Yes.
Oh! Oh. Heh.
Oh. Rocket boosted.
Hmm.
Upside down dragon twister.
Seems like it, yeah. No, I got this.
He's like, why are you so big?
Okay.
Come
What you
on.
got, Lucci?
Say something disparaging, like, he ain't worth your time.
Ooh.
Yes.
Ha! Boy, he got prone. And he's just like, well, this is interesting. Nope. Oh, he sensed it. What a shot.
Yeah, that was cool. Oh. Kagibushin no Kizaru?
It's getting a little hard to follow.
But Luffy seems to be doing just fine.
Yeah. I saw blood.
Yeah. Sir, close your eyes and feel it. Gomo Gomo no giant Gatling?
This is reminiscent of little planes fighting Godzilla.
Yeah.
But
Wow, it really is. Borsellino's been watching Naruto.
yeah, he has.
He's got all the moves.
Took some notes.
Yeah.
Oh. But is it really effective?
No.
You might have kicked him, but you didn't get him.
By the nose.
Hey, for once someone grabbed him by something other than his nose.
Yeah.
Oh, so people's theories that she's actually young may be true.
Although, I mean, she's still a teenager, so to him,
Yeah.
still a child, but...
Yeah. Trusted Luffy.
Yes. Catch it. Catch it.
No!
Or eat it.
I didn't see that one coming, no.
Ooh. Powering up up with the light? Or just trying to hold it in? Yeah. It's clinging to the cloud. You better issue your commands right quick.
Yep.
The Navy! Oh boy! Run.
Sucks to be you guys.
No! I do feel a little bad for the rank and file. Ah!
Oh. Creepy. So you were wrong. It was not 2 episodes.
You thought wrong, dude.
I guess
And
so.
at this point, I'm not even sure that I'm going to be correct either.
Right? They keep just doing like one attack between them each episode.
Yeah. Alright, well that preview looks pretty sick.
Finally gonna get to see one of the elders in action.
Yeah. That's going to be crazy.
Or at least doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Other than sitting around staring at people.
I was a little let down by the Kizaru Luffy fight in this episode because the title of it made it sound like that was going to be the main focal point, and then it was kind of just interwoven. Yeah, it had some cool moments. You know, Kizaru definitely taking a page out of Naruto's book with all of his Kagebushins.
Yeah.
Although I guess they're not Kagebushins, they're light bushins.
Yeah, they're the opposite.
I don't know how to say light in Japanese, so sorry about that. But
Yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, his light clones.
Hmm.
Interesting to see Luffy struggling against Kizaru, but also just kind of toying around. So you don't really know, like, it's hard to gauge who's truly stronger at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Kizaru is really strong. There's no doubt about that. He's an admiral and he has a light ability, so that's very formidable.
Yeah.
But I also don't feel like Luffy is doing everything he could do in Gear 5th either.
He's still in the fight where, like, when he first went Gear 5th against Kaido and was just kind of running around laughing and goofing off and having a good time.
Yeah.
It wasn't until a certain point in the Kaido fight that he kind of started calming down and getting serious about it.
Yeah.
Even though he was still being goofy, he had a purpose. He was going for Kaido instead of just like la 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 la, you know.
Yeah.
So I guess we haven't reached
I
that
would like
point
to
here.
see that a little bit more out of Luffy right now, because it's like, I know Gear 5 is supposed to be wacky, zany fun, but at the same time, it's like, you have a mission. Come on.
Well, I think when Saturn shows up, that's going to be where he feels like the real danger.
Maybe.
And then that'll probably prompt him to get pretty serious, because
I hope so.
based
He's
on what
gonna
we
need
saw,
to be.
based on what we saw in the preview, it looks like, you know,
The whole
Saturn
island.
could just wipe out the whole island if he wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure what his power is yet, but it said a pentagram shows up, so the whole idea of him being like a demon, like a model of a demon.
Yeah. I wonder if his power is similar to the Mother Flame, where it could take out an island. Similar, but not the same. Perhaps
Maybe.
not as powerful. And also probably needs better proximity, which is why he's there in person. So it seems, though, that he likely can do a one-man island-destroying Buster Call, is my guess.
Maybe, yeah. Some kind of shadow tendrils that can just whip everything and destroy it, maybe? I don't know. Some Cthulhu-type stuff happening.
Yikes. I wanted to see Luffy get some better hits in against Kizaru, though, because, it didn't feel like he really even hurt Kizaru.
He didn't. I mean, Kizaru got one scratch on Luffy, it looks like.
Yeah.
So they were both trading blows, but neither one of them got hurt, except for that one moment.
Unless you count a scratch as being hurt.
Well, yeah,
that means Kizaru 1, Luffy 0.
Just that one little where he's bleeding. But it was kind of funny seeing Kizaru treat being manhandled by giant Luffy is like, oh, this is a roller coaster. I'm having fun. You know, whoa,
Not even that. Just like, whoa, what do I do? Whoa.
Go easy on me.
Yeah. He's just chilling as usual. Just calm in the face of anything and everything. Not worrying about nothing.
Yep, pretty much.
And then, oh no, I'm gonna fall in the ocean. Not.
Yeah. And then Zoro and Lucci, I think that was probably the highlight.
That fight was getting good, and then they diverted away. I was upset.
Yeah.
I wanted to see more.
But I got what I wanted. I got Zoro getting snarky with Lucci and being like, this is what you got?
Yeah.
You think you can go up against our captain when you can't even do anything against me? Lucci. I don't think so.
You know what I really like, though?
What's that?
We also got a moment where Lucci recognized Zoro's strength. He's like, you're definitely the number 2 of a Emperor of the Sea.
Yeah.
Like, he recognized how strong Zoro is.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
That was some good recognition. Which is funny considering Lucci barely recognizes Luffy as an emperor.
I know, I think because he has Luffy in his head, like, say you start at a company and you're like the mail sorter, and then you work your way up, and now you're like in a respected position, like you're a manager of some kind. Everybody still in their head thinks of you as the mail sorter. And I think that's what Lucci is doing to Luffy. He's like, oh, he was just this punk that I fought at Eni's lobby. And yeah, he won, but only just barely.
Yeah.
And maybe by technicality, he could even headcanon that, you know. So it's like, I think he just is still forever gonna see Luffy as that punk he fought in Eni's lobby. Not an emperor.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that initial perception is hard to get rid of.
Mm-hmm.
But Zoro, he doesn't have a lot of experience with Zoro.
No, he doesn't.
He's getting to test him out, for the first time. And
See, Kaku is the one that has experience with Zoro.
Yeah.
And what experience it is.
And he got readily handled while Zoro was still sleeping. So.
Oh, yes.
So, not really much to say there.
Nope.
He's done. He's low rung now.
I don't think that Kaku has a misconception of Zoro. He just doesn't like Zoro because Zoro talks trash.
Yeah. I mean,
Kaku's like, hey, that's rude.
He's never given him any reason not to.
Yep.
With this stupid square giraffe.
Yeah. Hey, giraffes are cool.
Oh. Sorry about that. I think probably contextually the most important part of this episode was how desperate Vegapunk is to save Bonney.
Yeah.
I think when Kuma agreed to become a human weapon, he probably looked at Vegapunk and said, promise me you'll take care of her in my stead.
Yeah.
When I lose myself and I no longer know who I am,
make sure Bonnie's
you need to make
okay.
sure you take care of her.
Yeah.
And so
and he keeps saying
that.
this child. So I have seen online rumors floating around that Bonney is actually younger than we see her most of the time. I don't know if that means she's a child or if she's like an early teenager, but she's not the like mid-20s woman that we see all the time. At least that's the rumor. So I wonder if that's actually true, and she's just this young girl trying to save her dad, but,
It doesn't feel like it fits, because I feel like somebody like Borsellino coming face to face with her, going, oh, you've really grown up. I feel like he would have been like, still putting on that older facade, Like, if she was truly a little child.
But it could be that was his way of ribbing her about it. Like, oh, you've grown up, I see.
Maybe. I just don't feel like if she truly was a child, that he would kick her as hard as he did.
Hey, I think he's going to take anyone and everyone seriously that he's told to.
Yeah.
He doesn't take it easy on people when he's told he has to do something to them. And I think in some weird way, it's how Kizaru would show respect to people is by taking them seriously. Even though he's so relaxed, he never seems to take anything seriously, but at the same time, once you've seen enough of his mannerisms, you can understand that he is taking them seriously, just in his lackadaisical, relaxed, chill way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So now we got Saturn coming into the fray. I wonder if Saturn noticed that while it's kind of a stalemate right now, that Kizaru doesn't have what it takes to control the situation at this point.
I would imagine that's why he's going to step up. Either to end it faster, or because he knows that it's either going to be a stalemate or Kizaru might lose.
This would also be potentially the first time the Five Elders get full confirmation that the gum fruit has actually awakened. And
at least in person, yeah.
And that's what Luffy's new form is. Because they were talking last time in Wano about how, we have to eliminate a risk factor and that it was worth it to sacrifice a CP0 agent. But I don't know that we ever saw anything afterwards that showed that they're like, crap, we failed.
Well, they've seen his form.
Yeah, but they
know he's the White Warrior. They know he matches the description of Joyboy.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're assuming this is it. They know that the gum fruit was not the gum fruit. Like, they have all the pieces and they're making that assumption, but this will be the first, eyes-on confirmation for 100% sure.
Yeah, because the wanted poster photo is fairly zoomed in. So you don't get to necessarily see all of it.
Shows.
It shows a lot, yeah. So you can make some inferences from that for sure.
I think they're moving forward as if confirmed.
Yeah.
So
I just want to see conversations about that, like, oh man.
Yeah, what's he gonna say, if anything, to Luffy?
Yeah.
Like, is he going to talk to Luffy at all, or is he going to just stay on the ship at a distance and Luffy is never even gonna see him?
I think the preview said he comes face to face with one of the Straw Hats, or stands before one of the Straw Hats, or something like that.
Okay.
So I think he's actually going to enter the fray and become known. I don't think he's going to just stay on the ship. And the last pan of the preview was his wine glass on the ground, and he's no longer in the ship.
Okay.
So I think he's actually.
I wonder then if it just says one of the Straw Hats, it'll probably just be Frankie or Sanji. Because they're down there with Vegapunk. He may just be setting foot on the island because perhaps that's his range of AoE, He has to be there for his AoE to work.
It's going to be interesting if this becomes a 2v1 against Luffy, where it's Saturn and Kizaru versus Luffy.
Oof.
And if Luffy wins that battle, the other 4 elders are going to be shaking in their boots like, oh, crap.
I honestly am unsure how they're going to get out of here. Because, it just seems weird that Luffy could take out an admiral and an elder right now. I don't know. Maybe he could?
Maybe.
But you're right. 2v1? That's a lot of firepower all at once. Can one Luffy do that?
the advantage of Luffy right now is that not even the 5 elders know what he's capable of.
I don't think even Luffy knows what he's capable of yet.
Right, and that's
nobody knows.
That's kind of the point, right? Like they know of Joyboy, they know he could fight with extreme freedom, and that his body was kind of rubber by default. But they don't know to what extent of freedom he can actually fight with.
Yeah.
Because they've never encountered Joyboy. They only know him from 800 years ago.
Well, that we know of.
Well, they said, well, I guess so. But they said, we've never been able to get this fruit for 800 years. Mm-hmm. So unless they're actually able to live that long.
They were there when Joyboy passed along and the fruit became a thing. So they knew that the fruit was in existence. And they haven't been able to track it down for 800 years.
Yeah.
Because I still wonder if they've been alive this whole time.
Yeah. There is the one guy, though, that said, I heard it's the most ridiculous power in the world. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't know. He only knows what he's heard, hearsay about it.
Yeah.
So if he was there, he may not have ever encountered him.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, that's a possibility. I'm just still thinking they might really be 800 to 900 years old.
Super geezers?
Yeah.
Omni
the
geezers?
most geezery of geezers.
Omni geezers, yes. Maybe Emu has something that can extend their life or something.
Yeah.
Or I had another thought too while this episode was happening. I almost wonder if Emu did the same thing that Vegapunk did and created satellites, and the 5 elders are satellites of Emu's power. Since they all seem to have like demonic forms that are basically exactly the same,
just different
like
shapes.
Element kind of thing, but different shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
So what if they're all just satellites of Emu?
An interesting thought. Could be.
Just a random thought.
I wonder. Excuse me. I wonder because like Vegapunk did it with clones, and he's the only one that has really. Well, Germa. Him and Germa are the only ones shown to have the clone technology, and that came about after the Void Century, after hundreds of years. You know, like back then. I don't think they had any clone technology, and I'm pretty sure Emu, at least, has been there the entire time. I think Emu knew everything that happened back then was current and alive back then.
Yep.
So, if they are satellite clones, whatever you want to call them, of Emu, like, how?
Yeah.
Maybe it's part of Emu's power that they can do that. I don't know, but
well, it kind of reminds me of almost like Voldemort, right? Where he's got the Horcruxes, and some of them are in living beings, you know?
Yeah.
So like the elders could just be extensions of himself, where like a piece of his soul lives, so that even if you take down an elder or you take down the main Emu, like Emu persists, you know, Orochimaru, like there's so many characters in anime that have
they'll find
ways
some
to like hide away their life force in other things so that they can't directly die.
That would make sense.
Maybe.
And it would also ensure utter loyalty, because unlike the Vegapunk satellites, these guys don't seem all that like unique. They seem very subservient. They all have the same goal. Like, they all do very similar things, and they don't seem to, like, fight with one another much. So, it could just be that they're all some form of lieutenant of Emu that is either under their control, or has a piece of Emu in them, or is a piece of Emu in totality. Like, something, like, that makes them 100% forever loyal.
Yep.
Because you don't want a York situation.
No, you don't. So that leaves us with the final question that we got 0 progress on the answer of in this episode. What's the deal with that ancient robot coming back to life?
Yeah, they made such a big deal of it at the end of the last episode, and then nothing. Unless it's gonna be what stops Saturn's power.
Yeah,
maybe that's why they were so hell-bent on Vegapunk not knowing anything about any of that, so that he couldn't recreate it because it was the one thing that could defy them.
Yeah. I feel like, given the timing of it with last episode, that robot was voice activated by Joyboy.
Yeah.
Not Luffy, even though their vocal tones are similar, but when he's in Joyboy mode, he's very laughy, and maybe that particular laugh is what voice activates the robot or something.
Or it could have been, like, the drums of liberation.
Could have been the drums,
You always hear the drums, and Luffy hears and feels the drums, too. So that always seems to come on with Joyboy, so maybe when it heard it, and then maybe it has something to do with Luffy's laugh, that the pounding of the drum comes out through his laugh a little bit, because it did seem to be some sort of audio cue, maybe?
Yeah, they showed him laughing, and then it cut to that, and then the eyes coming on.
Yeah. So I definitely think it's Joyboy activated. Like something to do with Luffy only when he's in Gear 5 activates it. Although that would make you wonder why it didn't activate when he was fighting with Lucci originally. So maybe they weren't in the right proximity. Maybe there wasn't the right veracity because he really was just messing around with Lucci.
Yeah.
I feel like he's at least trying to be a little more serious.
It could also just be
Kizaru.
that he was in giant form, and so his laugh carried farther.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. He didn't go giant with Lucci.
Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe being all big made it to where it could reach the robot.
I just had a random thought that goes all the way back to Wano as we're talking about this, going, wait a second, what the heck? So Luffy dies. Luffy starts coming back to life. The drums of liberation start playing in his heart. Zunesha goes, oh, Momonosuke. I hear them for the first time. Joyboy's here.
Yeah.
And then we never see Zunesha again for the rest of the arc.
That's true.
Where'd Zunesha go?
Perhaps a predetermined place that Zunesha will be of use later.
I just wonder,
Maybe.
are we going to see Zunesha show up here on Egghead?
Or at Elbaf.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like when you hear the drums, you go to Elbaf or something. Because we know we're going there next. I don't know that Zunesha would show up here, though.
Yeah.
And I kind of hope it doesn't. I don't want to see Zunesha die at the hands of Saturn. That elephant has made it a long time. May it survive even longer.
I wonder if Zunesha was like a companion of... I mean, obviously we know that he knows Joyboy and was a companion of Joyboy, but was he like the previous Joyboy's pet? Because he was
the first Moosey.
Yeah, because the first Joyboy, well, maybe not the first, but the most recent Joyboy seems to maybe have been a giant. I'm just guessing.
Giant
the giant straw hat.
Maybe that was.
I feel like there's some connection there that somehow links it. I don't know how the straw hat relates to Joyboy at all, because this most recent hat came from Roger and not Joyboy or Roger. But
the thing of it is, Roger is also a D. What if the straw hat itself is an icon that gets passed through the ages by those with the moniker of D? As sort of some kind of symbol.
Yeah.
Could be. Because what if somebody gave that hat to Roger when he was young?
Mm-hmm.
And so on and so on and so on. Maybe somebody who was originally a follower of Joyboy, who was a giant, who wore a straw hat, maybe that iconography was so strong that they decided they would pass it down.
And what if it represents a candidate?
Yeah.
For Joyboy.
Yeah, maybe that's why the hat gets passed to certain people and not others. Shanks didn't give his hat to just anybody. It meant a lot to him because Roger gave it to him.
Yeah. Maybe there's some kind of a right that we're not privy to yet where, like you said, somebody gave Roger the straw hat. Maybe it wasn't just a fashion thing that he did. Mm-hmm. Somebody gave him the straw hat because they recognized in him early on that he had strong hockey or something. His midichlorian count was high, Huh?
Yeah, or just some strong quality.
Yeah. And then he's either charged with finding Joyboy or is potentially Joyboy. And if you find that you're not Joyboy, you have to pass it on to the next person who could find him, which is why he gave it to Shanks. And then Shanks was trying to find the gum fruit and found it.
Yep.
And stole it. And then
Luffy ate it.
Then Luffy ate it. And not long after, he passed on his hat.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if the hat has some, like you said, symbology to the line of D, and possibly the Joyboy,
Yeah.
like some kind of secret society that knows of Joyboy and is always on the lookout for the next one or something.
And it may even be a subconscious thing where they just... You always end up getting the hat from someone that you treasured in some way, your mentor, someone you cared deeply about. Therefore, you feel like to give this hat on, it has to be someone that I care about.
Yeah.
So it ends up being that anyway, even if it wasn't intentional. But who knows? Maybe it was intentional. It could have been.
Maybe. I mean, you can't put anything past this show.
Right?
I mean, just the fact that they showed us a straw hat on ice that was gigantic. Like, there's more to the hat than they let on.
Yeah.
And it's not this hat. It's a straw hat. Like, because there was a giant one, right? So it's not like this one has lasted for 1,000 years. Like,
that's why I think it's the icon, the symbol,
Yeah. I mean, I know Luffy's hat has plot armor now because like he goes through all manner of fiery death and the hat is just fine.
Hat is fine.
So I mean, he's the hat itself has advanced Conqueror's Haki.
It does.
At this point, because Buggy was able to slice through it no problem, but Kaido's fire blast or blast breath can't do it. So it's like
a real straw hat would have just been ashes.
Yeah. I feel like Luffy is in it, like automatically just applying his Haki to the hat.
Yep.
Because he loves it
Even
so much.
if he doesn't realize he's doing it, he's doing it.
It's like Gaara's sand. That's automatically protects him.
To protect the hat.
Yeah, protect the hat. That's why his hat is okay all the time.
And the reason Buggy was able to get it is because that's before he had all that Haki to do it with.
Anything yet. Yep.
The hat was vulnerable for a little while.
Yep. Well, I guess we're going to see what happens once the big player enters the fray. I thought Kizaru was a big enough challenge already, but now we got Saturn losing his patience and coming in. So
they're doing a good job at carrot on a stick because, oh my gosh, every week I'm so excited for the next episode. I just hope that I'm not constantly a little let down by it,
Yeah, because they're kind of drip feeding it to us a little bit instead of like giving us like, here's the flood. Well, because Saturn is joining in so quickly, I feel like Kizaru versus Luffy was just the appetizer now. I feel like he is going to have to go 2v1 against an admiral and an elder and really be put to the test. Because as strong as Kizaru is, I don't think he's as strong as Kaido.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that he would really be able to.
There is a question in that because, like, if they were stronger than Kaido, why didn't they just take him out?
Yeah.
The obvious answer is maybe they wanted him around. But if they didn't want him around, then there shouldn't have been any reason they couldn't just step in and take him.
I just feel like the Advanced Conqueror's armor force field thing was too much of a problem, and like even his sacred jewel wouldn't be able to penetrate it. And then Kaido himself was really fast and used Haki in basically everything he did, so Kizaru even wouldn't be safe, against one of his blows. So I don't know. I don't think he's quite as strong. I know he's in the upper echelon. He's up there somewhere. I just don't know that he's quite Kaido level. He's definitely Dofi level. I could even see him possibly being like Big Mom level, but not Kaido level. Are you talking about
Saturn?
I'm talking about Kizaru.
Kizaru, okay. No, I know Kizaru couldn't take him. I was talking about Saturn.
Oh, Saturn, who knows?
Like the elders, like they're supposedly the strongest force, so they should have been strong enough to just take out Kaido if they wanted to.
Yeah.
So the question is, why didn't they? Now...
Probably because Kaido was not making a move to unlock the old histories or to get the One Piece yet. I think.
But he was going to go after it.
He was, but he hadn't been. So if him and Big Mom had... He was
collecting the poneglyphs and stuff.
Yeah, but they were never making a move. He was settled on Wano and was there for a long, long time. So they didn't see him as a problem yet.
Yeah.
But once him and Big Mom grouped up and had the two poneglyphs together and combined forces, if they had started to move towards Laugh-Tale, then I think they would have made a big deal out of it.
Okay.
They probably would have just Leloucha'd their ship
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Bye-bye.
you're done now.
Yeah, I feel like they're strong enough they could have taken him, and yet they didn't. So, gauging Luffy as he beat Kaido is only so effective for what we're facing right now. Like, yes, it means he can probably beat Kizaru, but how long would it take? How many hits would he endure? You know, things
Yeah.
like that. So, when you talk about 2v1, I'm like, can Luffy even take that? I don't know.
It's really going to depend how unpredictable he can be, I guess.
Yeah.
And what this guy's power is.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know, so could be anything.
Guess we get to find out next week.
We do. And on that note, make sure you like this video and smash the subscribe button so that you never miss one of our videos.
That's right. And if you want to see more of these videos and help us grow, you can check out this graphic right here. We've got a merch store. We've got affiliate links with Amazon, eBay, TCGPlayer, and Shipping Shield for when you're packaging stuff. So clicking through any of those links and making a purchase gives us a small little kickback, so it helps us out. And we also have a Discord channel, so you can jump on there and hang out with us. And we talk about a lot of things, the anime, the TCG. We help each other find product.
Yeah.
It's a good time. So you can look at the graphic again. We got some QR codes there. We've also got all the links in the description for you, so check it out. And on that note, I'm Mike.
Tasha.
And we are Billion Beri, and if you want to see more reactions, you can check them out here. And if you want to see our AMV called Hero, check it out over there. See you next time.
Bye, guys.